It's the end of the world as we know it, and it's time for an alternative paper review. First up to the Sunday Express this morning, far-left plot to hijack Labour. And of course, this is off the back of the Daily Mail's Rayner gate, you know, her council house, where she was registered to live this endless, most never-ending story since the never-ending story.
My God, this is boring.
I mean, here it is again on the front cover of the Daily Mail, or Mail on Sunday, rather. She is lying. Rayner aide tells police. And where are we? Day 9 now, is it? It's something around 9, maybe 10 days of constant coverage about Angela Rayner's registered address that may or may not put her in line for a 3.5k capital gains tax fine. That's it. 9 days of solid coverage. And the Sunday Express are now, of course, chasing their tail with this, because if Angela Rayner were to be ousted, that would open up a vacancy. And so that's what they're soiling themselves about now. They're like, oh, I got a second. What if we get rid of Ange? Maybe some real far lefties, some momentum types might try to take her place. And I'm like, yes, that is a risk that you guys have opened yourselves up to. You utter cretins. You know, it's the same risk, it's the same question that we all ask ourselves on the left whenever we oust a Tory Prime Minister. When Truss was pushed out, when Boris Johnson was forced out, everyone's like, oh, well, who's going to be next, you know? Could they be even worse? A question which is largely moot, to be honest, because it doesn't matter who is the Tory Prime Minister or who is the Conservative Party leader. They are all just as subservient to CCHQ, to the donor whip structure as all of their predecessors. And that is why nothing ever changes. They're all as bad as each other. Let's move on. The Sun on Sunday say Iran in missile blitz on Israel. Now, just in case you're not aware of this is the still unfolding story that Iran have attacked Israel with drone bombs. I'm not sure how you would be unaware of this story unless you were, hiding under a rock. And hiding under a rock, probably not a bad defense strategy right now. But anyway, yes, this is a story that Iran sent a cluster of drone bombs through Iraqi airspace and other places, trying to get into Israel and cause fatalities. However, they were all shot down. No fatalities reported at this time. But it's still a scary moment because it has the potential to be that pinch point in history where a nuclear power like Israel just go, oh, mother f***s. However, at this time, Biden is saying that Israel should not expect any US support for a retaliatory attack. No military support. So that is good. But, you know what, this is the same Joe Biden who said he was deeply disappointed in Israel's murder of those aid workers last week before he immediately signed off another shipment of arms to them. So yeah, I think what we can glean from that is you shouldn't expect any American military support in the shape of troops. There's not going to be any American troops on the ground going into Iran. American F-15s dropping bombs on Iran. That's not going to happen. No. But you can probably still expect a few American armaments and tanks and bombs being Amazoned over to Israel. That will probably continue. Should we expect to be bombed over in Blighty? Do we have a right to feel stressed and anxious about this latest development? Well, yes and no. Yes, because we do sell armaments to Israel. So technically we are sort of complicit in what they choose to do with those. So that could make us a target, right? But concurrently, no, because we have Grant Shapps as our Minister of Defence, guys. Oh, yeah. God, I forgot all about Grant Shapps. Shapps, the guy that's got busted 3 times for using fake names in different areas of his life. The guy who was running a get-rich-quick scheme, like a web marketing agency, while he was on the books as an MP, but he didn't want you to find out about it. That guy. The guy who was promoted to Minister for Defence purely because he was so loyal to Rishi Sunak and he doesn't have any prior experience of the armed forces. That guy. Okay, well, I feel assured. Make no mistake, people. The UK stands firm and solidly alongside our ally, Israel, at this time of great geopolitical instability. We stand firm and solidly alongside... Right, okay. I mean, would it kill you to stand a little bit limp? Just until this whole thing blows over, Grant. Meanwhile, the Telegraph are babbling on about the ECHR, but also Khan committed to pay-per-mile charges. I mean, let's try to keep this brief, shall we? Because this is no longer a serious newspaper. It's just not. They blether on about the ECHR. I think anyone who votes to leave the ECHR, I think their employment contracts should be the ones that get redrawn. Because the rest of us, people with brains, would quite like to keep our holiday pay, our maternity and paternity leave. Thank you. Let this lot get jailed without a free and fair trial. And as for the Khan committed to pay-per-mile stuff, Sadiq Khan has ruled out pay-per-mile again and again and again. But this is everything that's wrong with modern politics, is they say a thing, we rule it out or show them statistics or stats as to why it can't be true, but they just keep coming back, don't they? Again and again, like a vicious, untreatable case or flare-up of political herpes. I gotta go.